YouTube? It's Mad Dog EDC coming at you with another gear review. Normally we'd be talking about my day-to-day EDC carry because we haven't finished that series yet, but thanks to a friend of the channel, we interrupt our normal programming with... That's right. We have a Mr. Crunch for a tabletop review. Now, again, thanks to the special friend of the channel, before this goes on to him and finds its new home, he has graciously allowed us to do this unboxing video. Now, I redacted all of my personal information here. As you can tell, this seal has not been broken, so this is the first time that we will have our hands on the Leatherman Mr. Crunch. Now, thanks to another friend of the channel, we have an unboxing video to do for the Gerber flat iron. That was coming out until this arrived in the mail yesterday. Let's do this. Alright, sorry guys, I had to make a change with the camera and the lighting, so after we got it unboxed, I went ahead and paused it there and brought it up. So, let's get into this. You have your instructions on how to use your Mr. Crunch, kind of some information about the Leatherman Garage. Let's see if we can zoom into that for you. Yeah, we have some information there about the Leatherman Garage. The new program that's come out lets you see the kind of some of the instruction stuff that's there, and then we have our basic data about the tool. Kind of see the same thing getting there with the on this side of the box, and then you have the story of Mr. Crunch right here, and then there she is sitting there in the box. You've got the Mr. Crunch down the front. This is feels like a pretty decent leather sheath. Let's go ahead and zoom back out now. Feels like a pretty decent leather sheath. The leather itself, I'm not going to argue about the quality. These rivets and the construction of these box sheaths, I just don't really find these doing too well for me as a landscaper, so I never really... I don't really have too much experience with them because I just don't trust the quality of it. I just don't trust that holding up to the abuse that I'm going to put through it and that it's going to see riding on my hip, getting caught on mowers, things like that. So might be something I'd look out for, but this, I don't really know that this is a tool that's much intended for use, as limited as it is, with only 500 of them being made. On this here you have Mr. Crunch. Let me turn it where you can see there, Mr. Crunch, and then by Leatherman Garage in Portland, Oregon. Oh, Leatherman, thank you so much for eliminating the combo blade, and that just makes me so happy to see. I'm not a fan of combo blades at all. Scissors, your typical free scissors, and these do pretty good. About all I'm going to do, because it is not my tool. I don't want to do too much to it. I do appreciate being able to do this video, so just wanted to show that to you. Your standard outside tools that you would see on the free series. Here we have our Phillips head and a package opener, along with your flat driver, which the free series just obsessed with flat drivers for some reason, and the newest edition. Yeah, probably a flat driver, got a bit of a sharpened corner there, maybe for some package opening abilities, but we have a new tool, and that is the chisel. Now, again, it's not ours, so we can't do too much, but it wants, that just asks to bite in, and I'm just holding it like this here. I mean, it just asks to bite. It's pretty sharp. I can see that being a useful feature. I do like that. And on the other side, as far as our outside opening tools, You have the file, you have the ruler, another your awl or reamer plus a flat screwdriver, and then your can and bottle opener as well. But also we now have the addition of the micro driver. This uses your standard micro bit that comes in all of the bit kits. But now for the main feature that has everybody just going nuts. We have the, I'm not really sure what to call these type of pliers, but that's what we got. So in order to use these things, you have here, you can see there's no teeth whatsoever in that. Go ahead and, there's no teeth whatsoever in them. They are smooth. Now that might be handy for getting onto some bolts or something like that. It might work pretty well. Well, that remains to be seen. Again, I can't use these on anything because I'm afraid to mark them up, afraid to damage them. But we're just kind of getting us a tabletop first look. You have to open them up, swing them open, drop that down, and then you have the almost parrot beak like short standard pliers. Bit of a gripping force right there. The teeth inside here are just sharp as can be. I mean, that's got some good action to it. Can we see any teeth marks in this paper here? Well, not really in the video, but it did actually cut into the paper. So I've seen some pretty good videos of people popping cable ties, zip ties with these things, and I believe it because that is a very sharp edge right there. Can I get this one closer to you so you can see that? You can kind of see it right there in that. Really sharp edge in there. You got your standard wire cutters that you see in most of the new Plus models or second gen models as far as your normal pliers go. All in all, pretty neat little thing, but I'm not sure that that's going to do you much good for anything. You don't really have a lot of surface for gripping there. Mainly just right there, the tip is kind of what you got. Kind of a flat gripper there. In order to get your other pieces back, you would simply just, oh, now I kind of, there we go. Now we're back. Okay. Close it up and it puts them back over the top. So typical free lockup. I mean, you got the magnets and everything going on there. So if you're familiar with the free platform, whether it's the P4 or the P2, this is going to feel very familiar in your hands. Size-wise, it feels pretty good. That clip kind of bothers me. That's going to create some hot spots right there. If you're sheath carrying it, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You can pop those two screws out right there, and that clip is gone. But if you got a clip there, yeah, that kind of gets there in your thumb, or it's going to dig down there into your finger. So you might want to watch out for that. These ears are cornered just like typical. They're digging in down the bottom. So it's not the most comfortable tool in the world, but and that there is pretty sharp on your hands. So something you're going to want to watch out for there. But it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's very comfortable or comparable to your Leatherman Charge or a Wave, and using the pocket clip on that. You can see it's kind of going to be about the same. You're going to be digging in no matter what if you're using the pocket clip. So that's a little bit more comfortable just because it's not here in the main part of where your grip is. This is kind of just hanging out for more control, so you're not really losing anything in that there. All in all, it's a good looking tool. It looks good. This bothers me. These cast pieces, I just don't know how we thought that that's going to be a good idea. With as many times as people are gripping and twisting with Leatherman pliers, and they're snapping them off here and here, especially with these cap crimpers. I just don't know how we thought a cast piece like this is going to be a good idea. You kind of see how that construction is. Well, if I can get my hands situated right, all you have here is just this one thin piece. So I'm not really sure how well that's going to work, how well that's going to hold up to the abuse that we like to put onto our tools. Again, that's cast, so well, that remains to be seen, and whether Leatherman is going to still continue to be able to have these parts repairable. Hopefully they've got parts in store. You can see some of the casting marks and such on there. I know some people have complained about that in a post I've seen on Facebook. So all in all, that's the Leatherman Crunch. If you know me and my channel and you follow me on Facebook and things, been in the Leatherman tool user group on Facebook, you know that I'm a huge proponent of the Leatherman Surge. I really love my Leatherman Surge. So, no, these are not going to compare to that. But then again, I don't really even think they compare over to the Charge. And I'm just showing you the Charge right now because that's what I have on hand. That's what's in my pocket. I was pocket carrying this evening after I got home from work. So, size-wise, you're kind of looking close to the Charge size. This is a Charge ALX. Kind of looking the same in there for your sizing. Again, you're probably going to feel about the same in the pocket as far as your pocket carry goes. It's a nice tool. But, magnets are definitely strong. Like a lot of Leatherman tools, and I have to admit, and I'm the biggest, I'm the first person that's going to shout out, Surge, you got to buy a Leatherman Surge, when somebody asks on what Leatherman they should purchase or anything. But it really all boils down to what you're using the tool for. This is obviously going to have its own special uses. I've seen some 3D printed covers that somebody has made for the Leatherman Charge, and well, I guess really any other Leatherman, to stop the marring from the teeth on different items when you really got to be careful about what you're grabbing. So these flat needle nose covers may be useful for that, but it's definitely going to be a very specific use tool. I don't see it being a very good option for just your general everyday use. However, it's a Leatherman still is doing a decent job. We give them a lot of flack. We say, especially over some recent things, we talk about them and, oh, we're disappointed in the quality that Leatherman has started to produce. It's a pretty good edge on there right now, right there. And you know, the grind on the blade it's straight. I mean, I can't say anything against the bevel on it. The bevel is actually clean. It's got that good smooth lockup. I can't really say anything about the construction and the fit and finish of this because there's not really much you can say besides it's tight. You know, it's good. All the tolerances are good on it. There's not any moving around more than what's normal. The lockup on the plier head is smooth. Even as these slide up and down inside these covers, they slide freely. There's not very much friction there. As a matter of fact, the only friction I really feel is in this pivot right here, of course being new. So I can't really say anything about the fit and finish on it, anything negative. It's solid. It's good. I'm not a fan of the free series itself. I just don't like the concept of it. I don't like the magnets. I don't like the tool setup for it. There's just a lot of things that the free series doesn't have going for it. But as far as this limited production run goes, I think Leatherman did a pretty good job with this. They did hit it out of the park. Now, I know there was a lot of disappointment that, oh, we're going to this weird tool, we're going to do this, and you build all this hype up and everything for it. Well, yeah, I've said some of that myself, how disappointed I was that, this is what we ended up with out of the Leatherman Garage. It just kind of felt like it was a little lackluster on the promised delivery. But all in all, though, the tool, as far as one of Leatherman's rehash series goes, and by that I mean you've got the Wave and you've got the Curl, you've got the Rebar and you've got the Bond, you've got the Wingman and you've got the Bolster. Now you have the Free series and you have the Mr. Crunch. So this kind of fits right in with that Leatherman rehash series that we've got going on right now. But no, all in all, I think I'd rate this tool pretty highly as fit and finish goes. As far as daily usage goes, well, I think I'd probably rate it pretty low because it just seems like it's going to be a very specific tool. As always, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it already. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you can be notified when we come out with another gear review. I've got to thank another friend of the channel for these awesome reflective stickers that he made for me. Gotta appreciate what everyone has done for it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good night.